He knew it would take some time. So he specified that this churn, which was made of wood, should have holes bored in it so that he could breathe, as with all escapes from boxes and other items like that. That was agreed upon, so the escape started. He was put in the churn, the clamps were on, he was in a cabinet, isolated from the audience, and the orchestra began to play, and played loud so that no noise would be heard coming from the cabinet. But as Houdini began to work on the top, he suddenly found himself running out of air, and he realized that the holes had not been bored properly, or there were not enough of them. There had been some misunderstanding. He had to get out of that in a hurry, or he would suffocate. In the emergency, he decided upon an unusual thing, but I think always he came through in those instances. In fact, the mere fact that he survived was proof of that. He began rocking back and forth in order to upset the churn so that it would roll out of the cabinet down toward the front of the stage. His assistants would then stop it, open it, and think it was merely an accident that it overturned, and he would say, bore more holes before I resumed the escape. As he toppled it, it landed right upon one of those clamps and sprang the whole top open. And suddenly he was half out of the churn and grabbing it to keep it from rolling out, because all he had to do was stand it up, put the top on again, put the clamps back in place, and come out completely freed with a terrific mystery. And that was the one escape that worked itself.
But luck played very little part in the success story of Harry Houdini. Success had brought money, and money had bought a traveling workshop and a team of skilled mechanics. He developed a locksmith's memory. One glance of a key enabled him to memorize its pattern and have it faithfully reproduced in minutes. Other challenges required other techniques. Among them, the reputed ability to dislocate and replace his shoulder blades to get the necessary freedom of movement within a straitjacket. Houdini found he could repeat his well-tried formula in every city of Europe. With no reluctance whatever, he engineered the police forces, the armies, the navies of France, Germany, Britain, and America to turn him, a one-time $5 a day dime museum act, into a $3,000 a week star performer. Soon, he'd escaped from countless jails: Bradford, Salford, Halifax, Leeds, Newcastle, even from the condemned cell of Charles Peace in Sheffield. But his fame and fortune depended, as always, on his singular ability never to fail.
He was put into a jail cell that he knew was going to be difficult to start, and he had to have a special type of pick. And somehow he smuggled that into the jail cell and began to work on the lock, when he found to his dismay that it was inadequate.